What if saving wasn't about scarcity, but about sacred stewardship? Join us on day 22 of our 108-day faith journey as we explore how saving money can become a spiritual practice that honors both God and yourself. For many of us, saving money comes from a place of fear and lack. We save because we're afraid there won't be enough. But what if we reframed saving as an act of faith and wisdom, trusting God's provision while honoring His guidance to prepare for the future? This shift moves us from, "I can't afford what I want now," to, "I'm honoring God's resources and building a foundation for future blessing." When we save money intentionally, our brain's reward center activates, releasing dopamine, the same feel-good neurotransmitter triggered by other positive experiences. Regular saving creates neural pathways that strengthen our sense of security and well-being, reducing anxiety and stress about the future. God established natural seasons of planting and harvesting, teaching us the rhythm of saving before need arises. Diligence and wisdom are key, as illustrated by the ant who stores its provisions in summer. Preparation and readiness are emphasized through the parable of the 10 virgins, reminding us to be ready when the time comes. When we save money intentionally, we're not just preparing for the future, we're honoring ourselves as stewards of God's resources. Honoring your future self, God's provision, and your purpose creates financial margin and freedom to respond to God's calling without the constraints of financial stress or dependency. When saving aligns with your God-given purpose and passion, it transforms from a chore into a meaningful spiritual practice. Finding joy in stewardship makes consistency possible, as Napoleon Hill reminds us that success comes from doing what we love. Invite God into your financial planning. Ask for wisdom in allocating His resources and for discipline to follow through. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops, making saving a priority, not an afterthought. Name your savings to reflect your values and celebrate milestones to acknowledge His provision. Take a moment to journal your personal response, considering how saving connects to your identity as a child of God and steward of His resources. Reflect on how your perspective towards saving shifts when you view it through the lens of preparing for God-given opportunities, creating margins to be generous, building a legacy of wise stewardship, and reducing stress to better serve others. Sacred saving isn't about hoarding or self-sufficiency apart from God. It exists in beautiful balance with generosity and trust. Acknowledge God's provision with gratitude, set aside resources with purpose, share God's blessings with others generously, and cultivate resources for kingdom impact. This sacred cycle reflects God's abundant nature and our role as stewards. Day 22 is just part of our 108-day transformation. Each day builds upon biblical principles, neuroscience, and practical wisdom to renew your financial mindset. Remember, saving isn't about scarcity, it's a sacred act of faith, wisdom, and self-honor. Join Raise Up Nation and continue your journey with us.